Hey everyone, I'm Charting Man Dan with the Chart Guys. I've been a trader and technical analyst for the last 13 and a half years. We're going to check in on the market with a profit-taking day for NVDA. GME certainly getting a lot of attention, and we will check in on all of our major sectors and what I'm watching for, which will tell me that the bulls are keeping complete control. So today, and pretty much all this week, I've only needed two stocks to be trading, NVDA and GME. And today it was GME long, NVDA short. But there's a lot to talk about with GME, so I'm going to make a specific GameStop video this evening, probably around 7:30 p.m. Eastern is when it will be uploaded. So keep an eye out for that on our YouTube channel. The bulls are running it after hours, currently up $3 from the close. So S&P 500, new all-time high, but not a lot of follow through. Again, it's all bulls. We know that. We confirmed a monthly bull flag. Then we confirmed a weekly bull flag. And so at this point, I put on my bear glasses to ensure I don't get caught by surprise because I'm bullish, but I want to be aware of everything. And if bears are going to do anything here, it would have to be a megaphone. But there's no sign of that right now. If that were going to transpire, we would have to lose 4-hour EMA 12, which held at the low of the day. We would have to eventually confirm a 4-hour downtrend. So I'm aware it's a possibility, but as of right now, it's a lower probability setup. We know there's a lot of space for a daily higher low to be the most likely result of the next period of consolidation. What matters most to me is the relationship of everything in the markets. And what we know is NVDA is the most important individual stock. This is how I view the market right now. NVDA is running the semiconductor sector. The semiconductor sector is running the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ is running the S&P 500. That's it. So what would be the best case scenario when NVDA sees eventual inevitable consolidation? It would be our other weaker sectors seeing strength. That's already happened. NVDA, last daily consolidation was the 30th and the 31st. What was XLF doing the 30th and the 31st? We went from all bear to a 2-day bounce. What was the healthcare sector doing? All bear to a 2-day bounce. It was essentially the signal. The signal for these names to get a bounce going was NVDA topping out. You cannot have a better scenario for the broader market than that right there. So now I want to know when NVDA tops out on the weekly, which again is going to happen eventually. We'll see weekly consolidation. Does that mean IWM is breaking to a new high? That, to me, would be the healthiest thing that this market could do in June or whenever next NVDA weekly consolidation takes place. So keep an eye out for that. We can either check off, this is ideal scenario and exactly what the bulls want, or, everything's dropping all at once, and that would be a signal for me to re-enter my hedges. I stopped out of my hedges yesterday. Again, entered them into strength, just covering my long positions, grabbed a couple of them, stop out, no big deal, tiny red on those positions, IRA up at all-time highs, makes me happy. I keep looking, if you keep seeing me looking left, it's because GME is still running over 50, approaching 51. Over 51. It's getting nutty. All right, let's just look at it real quick. Beast mode. I do have a swing position here for the first time in a while, but wow. Talk about that in the video. So, SPY daily consolidation will be inevitable. We'll scout a daily higher low. It's currently a daily stair step. NASDAQ, same deal. Going to look for a daily higher low. Currently a daily stair step. NVDA, we were looking bearish today and not a very tricky call. It was the 4th gap up open in a row. And you can only do so many gap up opens in a row before you top out. And so we ended up with a big pullback. I missed my initial short, and so I played the 5-minute back burner, and I played this 1-minute stair step as my entry signal. It got to this point where we were at extremes. I said, all right, when this 1-minute stair step breaks, I'm entering long. I was talking about this in the chat room and entered on the bull break of 1193, sell a little bit, sell the rest, nice trade. And then I scouted the 15-minute lower high and got that short right off EMA 12 after pretty much 50% plus bounce retracement, and that was a nice trade as well. And so now we just have a tightening range, and the bears need to break 1183 to confirm an hourly downtrend and have us enter daily consolidation. And we know once we start daily consolidation, we look for hourly oversold to try and mark the daily higher low. So the next time I'm going to be interested looking long on NVDA will be hourly oversold conditions. And if we start tomorrow with any kind of strength, I'm going to be watching for an hourly lower high, as anything under the high of today will be an hourly lower high. So that's my mindset on NVDA. Semiconductors, very similar, not quite as strong, but very similar to the NASDAQ. Daily uptrend is our guide. I was surprised to see a prominent YouTuber posting that he is exiting 90% of his long portfolio into strength. My mindset is, why not just, we have a new weekly level. Why not just use that level and say, if that holds, bulls have full control. If we lose that level, okay, there's some red flags. We're shifting. I mean, just walk up your stop loss. Don't try and nail the top in a blue sky breakout market. Anyways, XLV is testing the recent high. Key resistance test tomorrow. If we fail, we scout a daily high or low, but I would expect bears to defend that. We're certainly extended into that resistance test. And again, this is a weekly tightening range. So the question is, can bears show up here and keep us tightening up into next week? XLF has been the weakest major sector out of the three that we watch, the weakest major sector over the last couple of weeks. So again, when NVDA convincingly tops out, does that send XLF and IWM higher, which would be best case? As of right now, XLF, very clearly, it's all about 41. We've held 41 4 days in a row down there. And that is the short-term level. If that breaks, we got a daily bear flag on the table. If that holds, we're looking at a weekly higher low, trying to hold EMA 12. I don't see any, there's no red flags in this market whatsoever. I'm watching for them. There won't be any red flags. How many times you hear me say this? Unless all of our major sectors are dropping at the same time. Again, this is the kind of market environment. I talked to my dad. It was my birthday yesterday. Talked to him yesterday. He's mid-70s. Hey, Dad, remember I gave you the heads up a couple weeks or a couple months ago? If we keep running into this summer, I'm going to very strongly suggest you size down the majority of your stock exposure. And, I know you've been holding through all the big dumps over the last, your advisor is going to tell you it's not the right move because we're going to be in euphoria. But just know that if we keep running this summer, I am going to be telling you to exit these positions, keeping in mind these mid-70s and the fact that the S&P 500 is up 60% in the last 20 months. And if we go up another 10% plus, again, it's just absolute euphoria, and we know how that ends. I'm going on a rant now. I'll talk about that in a long-term video on its own. So IWM. I headed into this week with a top watch. Is this a weekly cup and handle? I'm now paying much less attention as my attention is on GME and elsewhere, but it's still possible. We have a double bottom down here. Today was a daily inside bar. I'm just watching the 4 hour with a nice equilibrium where we've got I'm just viewing it like this really. Scouting a 4 hour high or low. I might look for a long entry tomorrow. Essentially, if IWM and XLF go up as NVDA goes down, I'm interested long IWM. And I would just use the low as my stop. Coin swing trade going really well. Pulled back right from clear resistance. We have tops here, 261.50 to 264.30. We topped out just under that level today, but still an hourly uptrend and relative strength comparative to Bitcoin and a lot of space for a daily high or low. Bitcoin's knocking on the door of all-time highs. We're not there yet. I've got my stop down here. I want to move my stop up. So next time we see daily consolidation, I will do so with the next daily high or low, but really liking how this monthly bull flag is trying to shape up. And if Bitcoin heads to all-time highs, we're looking up at 300 on coin. The other names are weaker still. These miners, MARA, pull back after a strong start this morning. CLSK, same deal. Daily bear flags on the table there. They're just not performing. CLSK, volatility's coming here in June. Oh man, I hope we get one more higher low. Get as tight as possible. Aggressive bulls are bottom fishing this low, but I'd like to see that higher low form, another couple weeks of tightening up, and then we know a break is imminent if that were to happen. Cannabis stock still real weak. Not going to be talking about those at the moment. Bears in full control. I'll do the weekend updates as usual. Tesla still just ping-ponging. 173 support zone holds yet again. 180 resistance zone rejects the price yet again. And this is just the forever sideways chop. Volatility's coming, but we can stay within it for another few days. Bulls had nice control today. They ignored the NASDAQ pullback a good bit. I have a long lean. The reason I have a long lean is the broader market strength overall, but got to see the Bulls prove it. And what will be proving it for me is get over 180. That's fine. We've done that plenty of times. Hold the back test. That will be the first time we could say this is different. Break it, give it right back. Break it, give it right back. Hold the back test. Dollar, daily bear flag possible, testing the recent low. Metals, strong day, gold highest level in over a week. I re-entered my metal positions today. Silver is close to becoming the best active swing trading that I've ever done aside from crypto. And I posted this on Twitter, not going to go through it all here, but just highlighting the weekly cup and handle setup, getting the breakout, exiting on April 22nd, sizing down a good chunk of my swings, reloading right at the weekly high or low, selling that double top a couple weeks ago, reloading first thing this morning, and just, if people say you can't time the market, and I just want to show them what technical analysis can help you do. Obviously, it's not always like this. This is a good example, but you can definitely utilize technical analysis to help time the market, and I've been doing a real good job of that this year in silver. So back in the metals positions, and my mindset now is these are either the weekly high or lows or I'm wrong. So I just put my stop under those weekly levels. If they break, it'll be a longer term shift being underway in my opinion. If they hold, the bulls keep their complete control. So just risking a small amount of profits from the way up, and have not re-entered the miners yet, but they're doing the same thing, right off weekly EMA 12, V-shape recovery. What would get me interested in the miners is if I see a daily higher low that I like. Get a little follow through, form a daily higher low. I would look to enter on that and use that level, same mindset. That's either the daily higher low or I'm wrong. Rather than using the stop down here, I would use the stop on a new level that forms. Otherwise, it runs away without me. No big deal. I'm still going to benefit. Oil. I haven't looked at oil today. Nice daily bounce. Retracement size. Bulls want 50% plus. Still a ways to go to get there, but we'll see if the bulls can shape up a daily uptrend. Have to confirm that for the first baby step towards a monthly higher low forming. Hope you had a good day out there. Again, anticipating NVDA and GME volatility is not going anywhere. That's all I need as a day trader. GME video later this evening. I'll see you there. Have a great day and do good things.